Welcome to the Tech Sharmit vlogs. Over the years, I've had the privilege of visiting many institutions, each with its own character, its own rhythm. But my recent visit to the Global Institute of Technology, Jaipur stood out in a very distinct way. When you walk into a campus like this, you feel more than architecture or activity. You sense ambition, minds in motion, ideas forming, a collective curiosity that fuels progress. For me, such visits are never just about delivering a talk. They are opportunities to share experiences, to speak about the journey behind technology, learning, and purpose. It's about narrowing the distance between what we study and what we eventually build. As I walked through the campus that morning, there was a calm focus in the air. The kind of stillness that exists just before something meaningful begins. I've come to value that moment, the pause before the conversation. It reminds me that knowledge, when shared, multiplies. Each session I conduct is not merely a presentation. It is a reflection on how we think, how we adapt, and how we continue to evolve with technology. My time at the Global Institute of Technology was precisely that. A chance to reflect, to engage, and to articulate how software is truly built, not just through code, but through collaboration and clarity of thought. In this vlog, I want to take you through that day. Not only what happened, but what it represented. The insights, the mindset, and the quiet realization that every experience adds another layer to one's own journey. This is the Tech Sharmit vlog. And this is the story of my visit to the Global Institute of Technology, Jaipur. As the session began, the theme of the day was simple: how software is actually built. On stage, the backdrop said it all, bridging the gap between classroom and career. And that, in essence, has always been my focus. When we talk about building software, most people imagine just writing code. But the reality is much broader. It's a complete journey that mirrors how ideas become real. I started my talk by breaking that process down, step by step, using a practical example. Not from textbooks, but from real projects. We spoke about requirement gathering, where everything begins. Understanding the problem, asking the right questions, and truly listening to what the user needs. From there, we moved to planning and design, where imagination meets structure. It's where the blueprint takes shape, and every decision defines how the final product will feel. Then comes development, the stage everyone recognizes. But as I often say, writing code is not the end goal. It's the expression of understanding. I also shared how testing and deployment bring discipline into creativity, ensuring that every feature works as expected and that innovation is reliable. Finally, we discussed maintenance, the often overlooked phase that sustains every successful product. Because great software isn't just built once, it's improved continuously. Through each phase, my goal was simple: to show that technology is not just about coding, it's about collaboration, clarity, and continuous learning. As the slides played behind me, it wasn't just theory on the screen. It was the reflection of years of experience distilled into one framework. That's how real software is built, and that's how real understanding begins. Once the session was in full swing, it became less about slides and more about stories. I've always believed that a great session isn't defined by how many slides you show, but by how deeply you connect ideas. As I spoke, each topic flowed naturally into the next, from challenges in real-world projects to lessons that only experience can teach. The presentation on screen served as a roadmap, but the conversation in the room, that was where the real value emerged. I shared insights from my own journey, moments of learning, of failure, of building and rebuilding, because that's where true understanding comes from. I often say, technology is never just about syntax or frameworks. It's about perspective. The mindset behind every decision, every feature, every solution. As I looked across the hall, I could sense that curiosity, the desire to understand why we build, not just how. And that's what I wanted this talk to be, not a technical lecture, but a reflection. A space to think beyond the screen, to see the human side of software. Every time I deliver such a session, I'm reminded that communication is the real technology. The ability to translate complex ideas into clarity. The slides were a backdrop, but the purpose was larger, to inspire thought, to challenge assumptions, and to remind everyone that the journey of building software is, above all, a journey of building ourselves. Software engineering, a term we hear often, but one that's frequently misunderstood. When I talk about software engineering, I don't just mean coding. I mean the engineering behind every line of code, the discipline, the logic, and the responsibility that come with it. As I spoke to the students at the Global Institute of Technology, I wanted to make one thing clear. Building software is not an act of chance. It's a craft. It's the art of turning clarity into creation. Every piece of software begins with a question, a problem someone is trying to solve. And the role of an engineer is to bring structure to that uncertainty. To analyze, to design, to build, to test, and to evolve, step by step, phase by phase. On stage, as I explained these concepts, I could sense that moment of realization, the point where abstract concepts begin to feel real. Because software engineering isn't about memorizing principles, it's about living them through practice. I often emphasize that good software engineers are not defined by how fast they code, but by how well they think. The real test lies in the approach, in how we handle ambiguity, how we collaborate, how we make decisions that scale and sustain. I walk the audience through what I call the ecosystem of software creation. It's not just the developer at work, it's the business analyst defining the problem, the designer crafting the experience, the architect planning the structure, the testers ensuring reliability, and the DevOps engineers bringing it all together. In that moment, the slides behind me became more than diagrams, they became a reflection of teamwork. Because software engineering, at its core, is a team sport. Every role, every skill, every perspective matters. I also spoke about communication, a skill often underrated in engineering. We think technology solves everything, but it's communication that ensures technology works the way it's meant to. Whether you're discussing requirements, reviewing designs, or debugging together, clear communication is the foundation of good engineering. And then, there's the mindset, the willingness to learn, unlearn, and relearn. The technology you master today might evolve tomorrow, but your mindset determines how you evolve with it. That's what makes software engineering exciting. It's dynamic, it's creative, and it demands both precision and imagination. As I shared these ideas on stage, I wasn't teaching, I was simply expressing what years in this field have taught me. That real engineering is not about perfection, it's about progress. Every bug you fix, every system you refactor, every feature you ship, it adds a new dimension to who you are as a professional. And that's the message I wanted to leave with them. Software engineering isn't just a career path, it's a mindset of constant improvement. The tools will change, the languages will evolve, but the spirit of engineering, to build, to refine, to make things better, that remains timeless. As this session came to an end, I took a quiet moment to reflect. This visit, this talk, this entire experience, it carried a deeper meaning for me. On this very day, I was remembering a man who shaped the way I see knowledge and purpose. My maternal grandfather, late Shri Jitendra Prakash Ji Sharma. He often said, knowledge was never meant to be kept. Its true purpose is to be passed on. Those words have stayed with me all my life. Every time I stand on a stage, every time I share an idea or an experience, I feel I am honoring that belief. This session at the Global Institute of Technology was my way of paying tribute to him, not with rituals or ceremonies, but with the same spirit he lived by, sharing what we know so that others can go further. Because in the end, that's what legacy truly means: to leave behind not possessions, but perspective. To pass on not just information, but inspiration. This was for him, and for the generations that will continue the cycle of learning and sharing. As the session concluded, I was felicitated with a token of appreciation, a simple yet meaningful reminder of the connection between knowledge shared and gratitude received. After the session, I had the pleasure of meeting the incredible volunteers who made the entire event seamless. Their enthusiasm, coordination, and energy truly stood out. We captured a few moments together: smiles, laughter, and that unmistakable sense of accomplishment that follows a successful event. Soon after, I joined the respected faculty members for a group photograph. A perfect way to end a day filled with learning, discussion, and inspiration. These moments remind me why I continue doing what I do. Because every visit, every interaction, every story shared adds another layer to this journey. To the Global Institute of Technology, thank you for the warmth, the hospitality, and for giving me this opportunity to share my perspective. And to everyone watching, if you enjoyed this experience and want to see more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to Tech Sharmit on YouTube. There's a lot more to come. More journeys, more insights, and more stories that bridge learning with life. Until next time, keep exploring, keep building, and keep sharing knowledge.